Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo coming to you from London, where I'm joined by the grandson of reggae, Gappy Ranks.
Big up yourself, Gibbo. You don't know the grandson of reggae, Gappy Ranks, aka Jacob Williams, aka Papoose. With the girl them choose. Sick. What go and Gibbo? Thing goes.
Gappy, considering we've been in contact for so many years, I feel this interview is long overdue, but I'll take the blame for it not happening, not you. Your schedule is surely a lot busier than mine.
Well, Gibbo, yeah, Gibbo, it's been many years, great support over the years, Gibbo, and nothing before it's time, Gibbo. We've reached this time now, we've reached this point right now, and just respect to be here. And as you said, yeah, the schedule, wow, Gibbo, it's crazy.
Over the last 10 years, you've made major strides. Your following has grown from citywide to nationwide. It's now worldwide. What were the biggest obstacles and barriers that you encountered as a UK-based reggae artist, and how did you overcome them?
I think it was growing into the Gappy Ranks. I am the people around me. Growing in Harlesden, which was run by reggae music, if you like, it was the leading genre in the area. When I came into it, it was kind of declining in terms of we didn't hear a lot of reggae music on commercial radio station or see it on the TV next to like the pop or the hip hop or whatsoever. We had to just kind of rely on our pirate radio stations and the ground DJs where we love. So I never saw the commercial side of it or fell in love with it for that reason. And growing up in London, where people told me that I had to go to Jamaica or to just be recognized, or I'll have to work with this producer, or I'll have to do this, and knowing that I stayed in the UK and to build my name and to build where I am right now, fighting all those little other obstacles. But the obstacles is still coming, just say make me stronger. And, what don't kill you, can only build you.
You have a strong following all across Europe, which has led to you performing there on a regular basis and collaborating with a number of European producers. How important is it today to conquer the European market as well as the more traditionally recognized reggae markets such as the Caribbean and the US?
Anybody in reggae music and dancehall music would know how important reggae music and dancehall music is in Europe, in terms of the touring, the festivals, the events that keep there, the promoters, the producers, the artists, and just the whole love for reggae music and dancehall music there. So it's definitely very important, and it's also a reflection to look onto the other parts of the world where was leading in terms of holding events and producing music, like London, like in England, and to see that whole shift over to Europe, you still feel a little way like we could have been doing more here, but that's where it is right now. So you're going to see a lot of majority of artists going to be touring there and working with producers there and just networking. If you don't network, you don't get work. So it's definitely important to recognize Europe as a strong leader in this industry market, and not only in Europe, we have to recognize everywhere that's doing music right now, and reggae music and good music, and I'm a part of that.
There are few, if any, reggae artists as versatile as yourself. Put the stereo on and Wank on the Edge, for example. Both were big hits for you, but they couldn't really be further apart in terms of subject matter and style. Is your versatility your greatest strength as an artist?
Most definitely. And my versatility is just a reflection of growing up in London, in the multicultural city it is. Definitely touring all around the world now and getting to see different people and see different cultures and know what different people want to hear. And I've always had that versatility. As I said, you know, growing up in London and in housing where reggae music was at the forefront, but I was still open to the hip hop, to the grime, the garage. So I put my reggae and dancehall vibes to all these different genres. But definitely, yeah, as you mentioned, put the stereo one, which is studio one, Wine on the Edge dancehall, you know, had enough hip hop. Yeah. So I like to be creative. I like to bring my stamp on different genres and deliver.
I've seen the photo of your son Japan that you posted online, which was taken during the Shining Hope photo shoots. Is he your source of hope and inspiration?
Most definitely. That's my only son, my first son, and that's my child. I have 3 children, 2 daughters, 1 son. They're all my shining hope and inspiration. And likewise, the people that I meet, my family, friends, you know, and this is the things that build Gappy Ranks to who he is right now and to what I aspire to be. And definitely, you know, putting Japan on the front cover of my album means a lot to me. Yeah, definitely, he is my shining hope, and a lot of people want to know, why you call him Japan? Why you call him Japan? You all know Gappy Ranks was in the earthquake in Japan, and something that will stay with me for life. You know, son is an experience of my life. So, you know, I felt it fit to name my son after experience that I'll never forget, and you know, it stands strong with him. You know.
The video for the album's title track is out now, which was directed and edited by yourself and filmed by All Eyes on It Films. Was it Costa Rica where you shot the video for it?
Yeah, I shot a video in Costa Rica. You know, Gappy Ranks, I was out there in Costa Rica doing a few shows, and if you've been in tune with Gappy Ranks, everywhere I go I have the camera crew. We got All Eyes on It, who from Paris. He's from Paris. There's a lot of video work, not only for Gappy Ranks, for many other artists as well. But yeah, we was in Costa Rica, and we actually shoot 2 videos out there. One of them was the Tomorrow Loves You video, which you saw a clip, which was filmed in Costa Rica, and then a full video was also filmed, which was the Shining Hope. And yeah, you know, working with All Eyes on It, realists out there, great team, great directors, and great visions. You know, I edited the video, you know, on the final cut. You know, I enjoy doing editing, and I try to treat the visuals like audio. You know, I'm very good with everything you hear Gappy Ranks sing. I record the whole of that, all my vocals myself. So, you know, moving into the visual, I try to treat the visual like the audio. So it's working out, building up.
If people like Shining Hope, the single, they can purchase it now as it's available for digital downloads on the Lighthouse Rhythm compilation, which was produced by Italian producer Macro Marco. Which other producers and artists have you worked with for the album?
On the album, as you mentioned, Shining Hope title track was produced by Macro Marco, who also done the Stinking Rich. Yeah, we have Flavor McGregor on the album. Some great tracks from Flavor McGregor produced on the album. Notice Production, Jazzwad has produced the tracks on the album. Boston Bim is part of the special delivery team. Great producers in France. Jazzwad, who produced the Thanks and Praise single. Yeah, on this album we've featured with Esco Levi, features with Denique, is a female artist from Jamaica, Redman UK, and I'm a special guest on the album that the fans and the listeners out there, the industry can look out for on the release date. I won't say nothing yet, but as I said, I'm very excited about this album, and it's one of my greatest works, definitely.
I was going to ask you about that Esco Levi track, because as soon as that got, not released, but I don't know, kind of pirated online maybe, there was a lot of good feedback from it, so I had to ask if that one was going to be there on the album.
Yeah, definitely, you know, as I said, you know, I've only got one show with Esco Levi, and as I said, that's the feature with Esco Levi. Everything's going to be alright, produced by Boston Bill. But definitely, you know, don't watch anything that you've heard already, because what you're going to hear on the album, everything has an individual mix wave for the album. And also, definitely have that story that way. Yeah, it's a great song. Big up Esco Levi for, you know, doing what he done on the track, and it just came together great. Produced by Boston Bill.
Esco Levi is fast expanding his following.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on his prospects? What heights can he reach musically?
He can go as high as he wants to, you know, his delivery. The thing about Esco Levi is when he sings, I believe him. And I think that's what every artist definitely has to have in and deliver within their music. It's alright, you're having a good voice and a good lyrics, but I have to believe it. You understand? You have to deliver it with belief, and the only way you're gonna do that, you have to believe what you're saying. And I think a lot of artists lack that. They say things that they don't believe, and you know, I don't find that in Esco Levi. I think everything I hear from this guy that he's sing, I believe it is delivered with full 100%, and he can go as far as he wants to go. Yes.
The album will be released worldwide on your label Hot Coffee Music and VP Records. Mm-hmm. Does that mean that you had all the creative control over the making of the album, and VP will be dealing with the distribution?
Most definitely. VP will be dealing with the manufacturing and distribution of the album. And definitely, as you said, I had all the control, creative control over the album. In terms of executive producer, in terms of working with the different producers who I brought to the album, and different featured artists on the album, down to even working with the photographers on the artwork. So, you know, I like to have the hands-on, and I think it's very important if you're going to bring out an album as part of your collection, you have all these hands-on, instead of bringing all these people to make up these ideas for you and things like that, really, because it's going to be a reflection of you at the end of the day and in years to come, you know. So yeah, definitely, I like, and that's not just Gappy Ranks wanting to be in everything. I love to be in these parts of things, different departments, whether it's doing producing, whether it's doing vocal works, whether it's songwriting, whether it's doing visuals, you know. I just love to keep busy and stay within the entertainment business.
Well, that's it. You're a man with many strings to your bow. In addition to the things you've just mentioned, you also find time to run Sound Gappy. Recently, you've posted a couple of mixes online, and back in April, you hosted the Dancehall Extra Talent Show on BBC One Extra.
Yeah.
What are your plans for Sound Gappy? Is playing music just a passion and hobby, or is it something we're going to be seeing you doing more of?
Well, Sound Gappy is just a name. It's just a sound I have founded, you know. It's actually played by DJ Cooley, who is playing right now on the circuit out there, and you know, so you're not gonna see Gappy Ranks actually behind the set. No, I haven't given up my music to play sound. Sound Gappy is just a Gappy Ranks sound where I found it. I have a selector out there playing dubs on the circuit, playing out right now, and building his career and within Sound Gappy. And you know, this is nothing new. If you're going back from the days of like King Jammies, and these were all sound systems, record labels, as well as artists collection house. So I was trying to bring back them vibes there. And as I said, I like to dibble and dabble in every little part of the entertainment department. So sound system is very important part in one of them, and you know. But Gappy Ranks hasn't given up his artist road to go and play sound now. But salute Sound Gappy, the house and high power. Mad.
Am I right in thinking that once upon a time, before you began your career as an artist, you had a show on a local pirate station in London?
Of course. I came from sound system thing, you know. As I said, you know, growing in this music business and to where I am right now, you know, it was very important for me to go and try all these different departments, whether it was to go to play the music, make the music, or sell the music. You know, I've done all these parts and seen all these parts. I mean, down to even selling CDs, my own music, you know, down to manufacturing and making my own music, you know, going onto the radio to play my own music and others. But, you know, just being in everything and everything. But, yeah, shouts to the sound systems that Gappy Ranks was acquainted with, sorry, should I say, and mixed with an underground with. Salute you all.
Germany, France, Italy and Switzerland are just some of the countries you've been to or you will be going to this summer. And you've also recently toured America's West Coast, not for the first time. Now, many of the states on the West Coast have decriminalized or allowed weed to be used for medical purposes, but if I understand correctly, in Washington State and Colorado, it's now also legal for non-medical use.
Yeah.
I feel like you're the man who might be able to tell me more on exactly how the laws operate.
Well, I was in Colorado actually, not on this tour, the tour before that, which was my Cookies tour, and I was in Colorado the day it got legalized. Yes, it's no secret, Gappy Ranks is an international ganja man, and you know, it's welcomed on the West Coast, if you like, you know, California, Oregon, Colorado, Seattle, all these, you know, or even up to British Columbia, which is in Canada. And as I said, it's welcome, it's tolerated. There's still all obstacles to overcome out there in terms of political developments, but definitely it's definitely a lesson for the rest of the world to take on and to look at. And I think that here in the UK, marijuana should be legalized and cultivated and allowed to use. But yeah, I'm spending time out there in the US, you know, and it's coming that it's put that print on Gappy Ranks as an international ganja man, that anywhere I go in the world now, people want to bring me weed in jars. I was in Australia, New Zealand, even Czechoslovakia, the people just want to bring me weed, and here you go, Gappy, like, I'll take it.
In your opinion, should Seattle and Denver be the new destinations of choice for weed tourists, or have they not taken over from Amsterdam quite yet?
Well, Amsterdam, and they might hate me for saying this right now, but in terms of ganja, yeah, guys are overrated right now, and they know that. They no, it's no offense, but they know that right now. Yeah, the in terms of next to, you cannot put Amsterdam no longer next to California and the West Coast. Now, there's a different type of high grade out there, a different type of, you know, they're not cultivating the same thing. But shouts out to everybody who's keeping Amsterdam alive, you know. And I love going to Amsterdam and smoking weed, chilling out with my friends, and you know, salute. But let's just make it clear right now, California, sick. Yeah.
Bobby Hustle is a native of Seattle and is an artist you know well and have worked with in the past. Is he your West Coast tour guide?
No. I've toured the West Coast maybe like 4 times before I even know Bobby Hustle. And it's funny, you know, because but when I used to tour on the West Coast, I would always hear about Dynasty. which is the group he's affiliated with. It just happened one time I was in Seattle, and Blessed Coast, I was with the Blessed Coast family, and we walked into the Dynasty studio. And the same day we walked in today, that's when I met Bobby Hustle, and you know, I recorded a song there with Dynasty, and from then we just linked, not only me and Bobby Hustle, Dan, MG, Chucky, Dwayne, the whole family, you know, and you know, working with Dynasty is great. And same thing for Bobby Hustle, and Bobby Hustle's opened 2 of my tours right now in California. So he's a great artist, you know, great person to be around on the road, and he definitely represented the West Coast to the fullest, and definitely needs the support of the international reggae community. So salute you, Bobby Hustle.
You've posted one of your performances from the West Coast tour online. It also features Protege and the man himself, Bobby Hustle, and it was recorded at the Sierra Nevada World Music Festival. So if anyone wants to hear that, they can head to your SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/Gappy Ranks.
Definitely, and I big up Ginger TV, who actually recorded that, and that was actually recorded by a fan, you know, in the crowd with the Tascam, just like what you got there, which is great sound. But yeah, I still haven't got the actual audio back from the festival of Sierra Nevada, but that was done by a fan, and I got that on this like the day after, and it sounded so good. I just decided to upload it to my SoundCloud. So go on to Gappy Ranks SoundCloud, check it out. SoundCloud/Gappy Ranks.
Can you compare the experiences of performing on the West Coast and the East Coast of America? People tend to associate some of the big East Coast cities like New York, Miami and Atlanta more with dancehall and reggae than their counterparts in the West.
Yeah, you're completely correct. That's because it's completely 2 different places. You know, don't get it twisted. They both love the same music. They both appreciate the same music, but what you have to understand is 2 different way of life out there, where the East Coast is running more faster, just like London, cities like London, you know, whereas European cities and the Western America is running more, you know, they tend to more like the reggae and the roots, and the East Coast would more like the dancehall and the hardcore stuff. But it's still a balance. I mean, there's so much dancehall still playing on the West Coast, and there's so much reggae still playing on the East Coast. So, you know, it's a balance where artists like myself have to deal with, because, you know, you're gonna hear a song I might be popular for on the East Coast, I might not be popular for on the West Coast, and vice versa. So, definitely it's a balance where everybody in the industry have to meet and find.
Thanks a lot, Gappy. Before we finish, remind everyone when the album's out, why they need it in their life, and how they can keep up to date with everything you're up to.
Well, this is my third album recording. It's called Shining Hope. Shining Hope, and I think it's very important that we all have hope in our lives, you know, and what better way to deliver the shining hope than reggae music, the music that talks to the world, the music that deals with the world's issues, the music that you can relate to, no matter where you're black or you're white or your background or what city you're from in the world. And September the 17th, remember that, September the 17th, I'll even switch it around, the 17th of September 2013, this year, will be the release date of my album. And, you know, just have to thank everybody who's been supporting Gappy Ranks from the first album till now. All the EPs, all the singles, big up all the producers, all the artists, all the DJs, all the you know, the journalists, everybody, all the media personalities, the online websites, and everybody. And just thank you for the support. And remember, 17th of September, Shining Hope. Mad. Gappy Ranks album, the third album. And Gibbo, I don't know, I salute you for all the support over the years. and the work you put in, not only with Gappy Ranks, with many other artists, you know, the dedication, making the trips where you have to make the trips to do these interviews like this and let the people know what's going on in the industry. Salute you for that. Gappy Ranks.
Gibbo.